In America, we've been obsessed with drag racing basically forever. Since we put an engine on a buggy and cart with a horse and took that thing out, we even raced horses. But we raced them in straight lines. Why? Straight lines are easier. We live our life 1/4 of a mile at a time. And Team Associated is taking this new underground, no prep drag racing movement seriously. And our GoPro, not so seriously. I say this with peace and love, that Team Associated hasn't been the first to the market with a new class, probably since the RC10, maybe the 10T. Here we are, with a no-prep drag car, straight out of the box, ready to rock the underground scene, 2 or 3S, and you're wondering, just like I was, how much fun can you have with a straight-line car? You're not in it, so you don't get the horsepower sensation. Is it fast? Yes. But we're going to check out the new DR10. I don't like the name, I like names, but DR10 drag racing car, 10 scale, since the RC10s kind of hung their name on that plaque of 2 letters and a number. But here we go. Dated from 2000 because I got a new GoPro and I'm dumb and I don't know how to turn that off. The chassis. If you just skipped to this part of the review, you would think we were looking at a short course car because this is based on the SC10. Stretched chassis, narrower arms, everything to fit. Everything jammed up inside that cool-looking Chevy-ish Nova something body. But underneath, you get an off-road car. And I've often said that I think off-road cars make the best drag cars because they're built for grip on low traction, which means when there is traction, they put down tons of grip. So the nice thing about this chassis is that most of the parts are readily available across the country. So when you crash somewhere and break something, you can replace it instantly and affordably. And then also, the tuning of this car is probably above what other people were tuning because most people were just ripping apart a Slash or another 2-wheel drive car and going from there. This car offers a level of tuning above everything because it was bred to be a race car. Another thing I asked myself is why they have such long suspension on a drag car. I mean, really you're just going straight forward and back, but when you realize that drag cars have a lot of forward and back movement, you need a lot of droop in the front to keep the wheels on the ground when you're going straight and fast. So there's a giant wheelie bar, we'll get to that in a second, in the back, but the Associated shocks are, some of the best on the market. These are the RTR versions, but still very smooth, very adjustable, lots of piston oil changes, springs. You can adjust the suspension to kind of modify this car to maybe turn a little better if you wanted to, if that's, your thing. But overall, you get some quality components in the car. The suspension, again, based off off-road kits, which, okay, you got toe, anti-squat, which you can adjust, 65 millimeter bones, which I guess is a plus because 64 is too short, 66 is too long, and that wheelie bar is 3-piece or 3-part adjustable, so you can adjust how much wheelie you want to do. Front suspension get the swept arms or the V arms of the off-road series. Looks like titanium turnbuckles and a metal front brace. Everything's okay to me. The wheelie bar in the back is probably what makes a drag car, right? No parachute included, but you do get bearinged rear wheels and adjustable so you can keep the front wheels down. You don't really want to do a wheelie, although it looks cool and we did it for the video a lot. Because you want to look cool. See, we look cool. The nice thing about this car is that the CG is super low. And while not as important as a race car where you're going left to right, you don't want a lot of weight up top, so this packs everything really low. You don't have to buy a low CG chassis. You're already pretty much low. How low can you go? We don't know. Rtr Electronics, they're decent. You get a 3300 kilovolt Rtr motor, the Rtr speed control. The receiver is jammed in this receiver box, which for off-road makes sense because you want to keep it clean. The one thing I don't really like about this kit is that the gyro is adjustable only through the receiver, which means it's under that box. So if you want to adjust anything, you have to take it apart and push a little button with a small screwdriver, and to be honest with you, it needs to be externally adjustable or from the radio in some way. It's not, it's there. It is a driver aid. It should be shut off because that's part of drag racing, but we're here with gyros. We got everything with gyros, so live with it. But it should be externally adjustable. Thumbs down. I'm pointing thumbs down for that one feature. The rest of the kit's pretty good. let's talk about performance. I guess we don't have off-road jumping and throttle control and all that stuff, but we do have launch. And there's a slipper clutch in there, which is one of the best on the market because we've been tuning slipper clutches on off-road cars for hundreds of years, even though we haven't been around 100 years. It's been forever. So it's very linear and very easy to get the perfect amount of transfer, so you're not spinning wheels or wasting movement up and dragging on the wheelie bar, even though it's there. I don't think you really want to run on plastic wheels and bearings. But otherwise, it's got pretty decent grip with the stock tires. In the true no prep fashion, this is a not prepped drag strip area. That's kind of the game we're at, even though some drag strips are now prepping with no prep. It's a whole thing. You got to look into it more than this review. We're not reviewing no prep, but I was surprised that the car actually turned left and right, although the exaggerated body movements are pretty hilarious and fun. You can kind of take the wheelie bar off and probably parade around town like you would on a show and go night with a real drag car with no wheelie bar. So you got that option. And just the repeated launches, and to be honest with you, without two cars, it's a little less fun. It was just two dudes standing there looking at each other awkwardly, but ripping wheelies down the street was fun as hell. So we sat there and laughed and giggled just with that. But I can imagine when paired up with someone and you're running two identical cars, which really should be the same, it's about the reaction time. I did my stupid Miyagi stance for drag racing. Everybody got some weird stance. You don't just stand there and look uncool. But full review is in issue 39 of Velocity RC Cars magazine. We are a magazine. Go subscribe. It's $10. Save a life, save a kitten, save something. Click like, subscribe, go drag race. Go and drag to drag racing, which would be even better.